Adab of school, that's very important. Again, as they leave home, they need to remember the intentions, why they go to school. As I said earlier, to get knowledge that will benefit his family and the ummah and his community. So this knowledge is to benefit people also, to benefit himself, to benefit his family. And also to go there, respect the teachers that are giving him this knowledge, because they are giving him a good information that will benefit him. And also to advise his friends in the school if he sees something going wrong. So he will advise them and he will teach them some of the dua also. So we ask them every day to be giving their friends one dua at least, so they benefit and these people benefit. We want our children, listen to this please, we want our children to be influencing the others, not to be influenced by others. Because the kid, he has two choices, either to influence or to be influenced. Now most of the time will be 3 or 4 kids in the school will influence the rest, either good or bad, mostly bad. So we want our kids after this workshop to be influencing the others on the right way, on the behavior, on the actions, on the attitude, on the thinking, on the intentions, on everything. We want them to influence. That's why we want to train them as they are young. When they learn something good, they pass it to the next friend, to their friend. And we have, okay, I'll tell you, this workshop is, I call it level 1, because we are now in the arrangement of level 2. Level 2, we give them values. Every week, one value per week. So we have a set of values which are coming from the Prophet ﷺ, and we teach them every week one value. And with that one value, we tell them, practice it, and come back next week with examples of your practice. Come back with examples of what you have done yourselves to practice that value. Example is how to control your anger. We tell them how, because kids can get angry very easy. If you take, for example, a game from them or a sweet or something, they'll be angry. So we tell them how to control your anger from your younger brother or younger sister or older brother or older sister. If they make you angry, how to control that anger. Normally they will become angry, they will fight, they will be boxing, all that sort of thing. So we teach them how to control your anger. And we tell them, we give you 1 week to control your anger and come back with examples. So they will come back and say, oh, that Monday my younger sister took from me my sweets, and then I remember that I have to control my anger. I was not angry, and then I went and my father gave me another sweet or something like that. So I was managing my anger. So it's good that we teach them at that age, at that stage, of a child, how to control their anger. Because I have seen grown up men and women, they cannot control their anger. When they become angry, look at their faces, look at the actions, look at what they are doing. They are harming themselves. In Ihya Ulumuddin, Imam Ghazali is painting a very clear picture of the angry person and giving solutions to that one. So we give the kids, some solutions of how to keep their anger. And we show them like a short video, 5 minutes, on this subject of how to control their anger. We have a discussion and we have all that. Then we give them the exercise. We do that also with things like ithar. Ithar? What's that? Sacrificing. How to sacrifice. We give them 1 week to practice this. And I mentioned that last time, I think. I said to you, one of the kids came to me and said, this week I have done something and I want you to tell me if this is sacrifice or not. I said, what did you do? He said, I went to school in the morning, and then I went to the canteen, the shop in the school, and I bought a sandwich. When I bought the sandwich, I went outside. I want to eat the sandwich. I was hungry. Then I found one of my friends sitting beside the canteen. I went there and I asked him, why you are sitting here? He said, I'm hungry, but I don't have money today to buy this sandwich. So I gave him my sandwich. He's saying to me, is this sacrifice? I said, of course. This is the best sacrifice. And the kids there were saying, okay. So just, keep training them, keep giving them examples. Let them practice themselves. And every week you give them one. So this is level 2. But this is level 1 that we want first to introduce it. And then we go to level 2, which is a higher level. After they finish this one, we go to level 2, inshallah. Next time, maybe with the help of Noon Production and Muwasala. Also respect teachers and students. Of course, this is very essential. We want a polite kid. A polite kid, everywhere they go, they are polite. In the school, in the street, in the market, at home, when they go to our relatives, they are the examples of the kids. We want them like that. Give them some time to memorize Quran also, because I know sometimes the homework is heavy. It takes possibly hours and hours, but if you plan it well, give them at least maybe 10 minutes per day. Fine. 10 minutes will not really harm them very much, but keep it like a planned session for memorizing Quran or for reading Quran if they are not good in reading Quran. Just 10 minutes per day, that's enough. If you think about it, in a week, that is 70 minutes, like more than 1 hour per week. That's good. So they will progress. But you have to plan it. You have to say, this is the time, like from 8 to 8:10, this is the Quran time, whether reading or memorizing or whatever. Quran will open their heart to the best thing to enter, really. Because without Quran, in the hadith it says what? كالبيت الخرب. The heart with no Quran is like the ruined house. Can you imagine a ruined house? You don't want to live in that one. It's a ruined house. Okay, pay attention to the teachers. We emphasize that one. Be, really looking at what they are saying and understanding. And how to select your good friends also. Again, this is on level 2. We give them 1 session or 2 sessions in how to select your friends. Because I strongly believe that the friends of your kid make a big difference. If they select the right friend, they will go to this way, the right way. If they select the bad friends, they will take them to the wrong way, whether you are aware or not aware. And you might discover that too late. So you better at this age of 7 or 8, give them the clues. Tell them how to select your friends. And we tell them how to select their friends. And we ask them to tell us who are their friends. At that age, they will tell you their friends. They will tell you, my friends are 5, Mr. Muhammad, Mr. Ali, Mr. this, Mr. that. Easy. And you tell them, how is Mr. Ali? How is his behavior? They will tell you, sometimes he is shouting, sometimes he is stealing, sometimes he is good. They will tell you. Now ask your kid who's 15, 16, 17 about his friends. What he will tell you? Not of your business. You will not benefit from that. Why you ask about my friends? You see? And then we tell them, if they are talking bad words, are you ready to sacrifice and leave these friends? They will say, yes, of course. And we'll tell them, okay, you have this week to practice that. Look at your friends, and some of them, they said, we will examine them. We will make them like angry and see how they react. Okay? If they are shouting, if this, then we will leave them. We'll select other friends. You see, to that extent they go. And sometimes they will say, okay, we will tell them a secret, and we will see. If they tell the secret to the others, we will leave them. They are not good friends. So they will try to test the friends themselves. And they come back after some time and say, now I used to have 5, now I only have 4, because one of them I'm leaving them because I tried to advise them, I tried to tell them the right thing, they are not listening, so I'm leaving them. You see, at that age, they are now starting to put their steps on the right way before it's too late. When they are, as I said, teenagers, it's going to become very difficult for the parents to really guide them. So we give them this at an early stage, level 2. And keep everything clean in the school. Of course, don't damage anything in the school, your books, the furniture, the school, everything. Talk to your friends gently and avoid mocking. Apply the noble values of the Prophet ﷺ and never cheat. Never cheat. Never cheat your friends, never cheat your teachers in exams and everything. So always tell the truth.
We will start with a brief one related to the mosque before we go to other questions. The first one, attending to the adab in the mosque. What are the ruling on bringing in infants, babies or children with diapers, wearing diapers into the mosque? What is the ruling on that?
In general, it is forbidden to bring najasa to the masjid. Okay, whether from an infant or from a grown-up child or a man or woman, to bring najasa to the masjid, this is forbidden and it is haram. So you cannot do that. Now, if an infant is having the diapers and all that protection, a good protection, then it is, as long as it's not going to pollute the masjid and come down to the masjid, carpet and that's okay. Then they can take home and change and clean and all that. So it's not. Does that answer your question? It's okay? All right.
Okay, there's another question. This one is a bit heavier than that. Okay, is there any remedy for teenagers who have been brought up without proper adab or etiquette? How can we instill the light of the Prophet ﷺ in them?
Okay. Yes, of course, there is. Now, you don't stop advise, you don't stop coaching them, but the most important thing is how to do that. So you select the right time, the right approach, the right words to do this counseling and coaching. One day they will understand. So you send them the right messages at the right time with the right approach. What I have seen, as I mentioned earlier, that if you have your 7 to 8 to 9 years old going through this course and this workshop and doing all these for 16, 18 weeks, and they are doing this, then the family will start to change. The parents will start to listen and apply. The brothers, the older brothers, will start also to listen and apply to a certain extent. And the younger also, I have seen younger, daughters like 4 years, 5 years, they are imitating their older brothers when they are doing these. They are very good at memorizing. They just, when they listen to that from their brother who is 9 years old, maybe a few times, they will memorize this dua immediately, and they will do it because they want to be like big guys. And the old ones also, they will do that. Maybe at the first time they'll be a bit shy because they don't want to be seen like following their younger brother. But after some time they will do that. The fathers and mothers, definitely they will follow, because as I said earlier, they would love to see their kids doing something good, and they will do that immediately with them. And in addition, I mentioned that last time, I think, we need to be going to the in all of this, we have not to forget the dua. We always sometimes use all the means that we can do, and we forget the dua. So we have to make dua for our kids, always. Make dua that Allah will, give them the right understanding of what they should do, give them the right, atmosphere to listen to the parents' advice, to the teacher's advice, and to give them hidayah. So we need to do that continuously and not to give up. If you do that a month, continuous, 30 times, do it the next month, do it the third month, a year, 2, 3 years. Don't give up. Don't say, oh, I've done it for 1 year and no results. No, do it continue. Because Allah would like to listen to your dua. Would like to listen to your dua. Continuously do that. And I mentioned last time the formula of 222. Some people were here and they knew the 22. Who knows the 222, the number 222? 999. I mentioned 999, but 222. I said 222. What does it mean? You ring the number 222. The first 2 is you wake up 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, wake up 2 o'clock in the morning. This is for your kids. And it could be for anything. But now you can make it for your kids. Start it tonight. Do it for a month or 2 or 3 months. Wake up 2 o'clock. Somebody said 2 o'clock is too early. I cannot do that. Maybe 3 or 4. But anyway, wake up 2 o'clock. And then go and make wudu and pray 2 rak'ah. This is the second 2. So we are in the second 2. First 2 is 2 o'clock in the morning. Second 2 and make 2 rak'ah. Third 2 is let your 2 eyes to cry. 2 eyes to cry. Cry as much as possible for the sake of your kids. Let them dry. Let your eyes dry. No more tears. After you finish, start your dua to Allah. Make dua for your kids. Make dua, and Allah will guide them, will make hidayah for them, will make them come back to you, will make them listen to you, will make them follow the advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After you pray, after you cry, we sometimes forget about this approach, and we do all the means. These are all means, like this workshop, and we teach them. But the hidayah comes from Allah. Even if you do all of that and there is no hidayah, they might not be successful. But do this course, do this workshop in conjunction with the dua. Continue with the dua. And as I said, this 222 is not just for you kids. Anything that you want, just do it. Because people tried it and they were successful. They got what they want. Because Allah is saying, Ad'uni astajib lakum. Pray for me, ask me, what do you want? I'll give you. So it's a guaranteed thing, guaranteed approach. Why we don't use it? And in the third, part of the night, Allah is saying He is coming down to give those who are awake, who are asking, will give them what they want. Because why? Because few people are doing that. Very few. How many people are, standing before Fajr, waking up and making wudu and praying? Very few. So Allah is saying, you do that. He wants all the Muslims to do that. And we give. Because Allah has plenty, If He gives everybody what He wants, everything that you can imagine, there will not be a very, very minor part of what Allah has. Because He owns the whole world, everything under His control. So let's just, take a step forward and come forward to Allah by doing this dua and making sure that we pray for our children to Allah bring them back, inshallah, to the right path, to the right istiqamah, inshallah. And to pray for ourselves, because ourselves, we are not really perfect, 100%. Every person knows himself or herself. We know everybody knows himself. So we need to pray for ourselves also. So this is the time, the two. Thank you.
Thank you, Habib, for the explanation. The next question. There are children who are difficult to handle. So the question is, some parents tarbiyah their children to fear them. So the question is this the correct way to guide the children?
Well, I think many scholars now, they say that, fear is not the right way to handle kids. Because once they are out from you, then they will do whatever they want. So, just purely, looking at the fear as the solution is not the right thing. So you need to balance things. You need to make them understand what is behind it, see the benefit of doing this as much as possible. Because I know it's difficult at that age to convince them of something, but let them, this is the secret, let them express themselves in full. Don't shut them as they start to speak. This is very critical, because sometimes the kid would like to explain things and the parent will say, stop, enough, I have listened to you. No, let them continue to explain themselves and be sympathetic with them. Say, yeah, oh, I understand, this is right, you are really right. And then try to get them into what you want in a better way, in a merciful way. Show sympathy to them. Show that you love them, you care. You take them, you hug them, you kiss them, you really say nice words to them. They will be to your side. They will understand that you really care for them. But if you start to oppose their opinions, to oppose their requests, immediately as they start to talk, it will be difficult for them. This will reflect, maybe at the time they will stop, but in future, this will be a negative reflection on them. They will try to avoid you. They will try to do things behind you. They will try to see that you are against them and not beside them, which is totally wrong. I haven't seen parents who are against their kid, but this is from the child's perspective, this is what they look at. When they see that you are opposing them, they think that you are against them. Sometimes you are opposing them because it's not for their benefit to go that way. But you need to handle it with a very skilled, manner. And as I said, read more about psychology of children, read more about how to handle, kids, and then you will get some more information which will help us really to handle kids. It's not just something that comes automatically, You have to learn about it. We have to really read about it and see how these are being handled.
Thank you, Habib. Okay. We have a few more questions, inshallah. We still have some time. Okay, the next one is, I think, quite important, which most of us can relate to, where children nowadays, they cannot escape from being exposed to gadgets, handphones, iPads, because there are some schools also that even use iPads or screens to make sure the kids do their homework and such. So how do we remedy this problem? Because as we know, the gadgets, the handphones, or being exposed to the internet is something that can be difficult for the child, or difficult for us to teach them.
This is a common thing. Everywhere you go, you find this problem. And people are really complaining about their kids spending hours in sometimes even games. They continue with games for 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, which is harmful to their mind, to their eyes, to everything. So my advice that you start by directing this, I think is not a kid, must be like, maybe after 11, 12, 13, teenage, guide them to something more meaningful. For example, give them an assignment which will take maybe an hour or a couple of hours for the first month. Let them continue that, so they will cut from the 7 hours to 5 hours. So tell them that, okay, play 5 hours, and then 2 hours I want you to spend by doing this research, and give them assignments so they benefit from the time that they're spending with the computer. And then slowly, after 1 or 2 months, then bring it down to 4 hours maybe with the games and so on. So gradually you cut down the time by replacing it with something more meaningful using the computer. But, and give them, how they can, for example, they spend half an hour, 1 hour, then they take a break of 15 minutes, 20 minutes, make some sort of, good, attractive things that they can enjoy in these breaks. And slowly they will be, getting to more useful use of the iPads and the computers, and get rid of the games. I've seen even people who are 40, 50 years old, they're spending a lot of time in games, and they are getting addicted to that, which is very bad, But if we try to give them something alternative, but it has to be attractive also, the alternative. Cannot be, like, go and read Quran for 2 hours. They will not do that, of course. I mean, we know that from day one. From 0 to 2 hours, no way. They will say, oh, no, I will not do that, in your face they will say. But give them something more attractive, something that they love. If you know that there is a subject that they love to talk about, and this, give them that to search on the internet for a couple of hours every day. So they would love that one. Some people love, sports, for example. So let them search for this, the art of football, or how to handle it, and this. Yeah, and it's something which is more meaningful than just, the games, because, the games, they create a lot of tension, and they possibly, lead to disasters. I've heard stories about, suicide because of these games. So we need to be very careful with our kids, especially the teenagers and the computers, and how to reduce the time, how to divert to something that is useful and they like it also. So we need to be more, skilled in that direction. And we get advice also from the experts on the computer. They give from time to time advice in these areas also.
Okay. Is there anyone from the crowd who wishes to?
I haven't heard any questions from these. Looks like they are perfect. They're doing everything excellent. 100%. You digested all the information. You're going to do it from tonight? The 222 from tonight. But the lessons from tomorrow you're starting, right? Yeah? Very good. Starting with Istawda'tuk Allah in the morning, as they're going to school, inshallah.
Okay. Question on tips, because we mentioned, Habib mentioned earlier on the adab of doing things, and this questioner wanted for Habib to touch on the adab on visiting others in various contexts. For example, visiting the sick, visiting family members on special occasions or weddings. What are the adab?
Yeah. In the adab of visiting others, we teach them that as they visit others, of course, when they are knocking the door, for example, as they're coming, they should knock the door and they go to left or right of the door. So when the door is open, they don't see inside. So they go this way or that way. So we teach them to do that. And then when they enter, they should look for the host to direct them where to sit. Sometimes the children will go straight to the house. They go to the kitchen, they go to the bedrooms, they go to everywhere without any limitation. And we know this is the behavior of the kids, but we have to teach them what to do. So we tell them, the host there in the house, wherever he asking you to sit, you need to sit there. Don't move from one room to another room. Don't move from one place to another place. Don't, just sit as you are. And when they bring food or something, we tell them, don't jump into the food and try to take this food and this. No. If it comes to you, then take one piece at a time. Be, gentle and that. So we teach them some of this, they call it etiquette or something. But it is really the adab, that we want the kid to be really mu'addab, behaving on the right way. That when they see your kid, they say, this is really getting the adab of the Prophet ﷺ. he is the kind of person that we wish our kids are like him, you see. So, and then we tell him that if your father is asking you to do something, then you do it. If he asking you to go and bring something, or the host asking you to help, you go and help. But without the host is asking you to do that, don't move. Don't go just by yourself and do that. If you are sitting in the chair and an old man comes, you need to move from that place and let the old man to sit. And these are sometimes very simple and natural things, but we have to teach, because I have seen kids that an old man will come, he will find the chairs all are filled, no one will stand. Even the kids, they will be sitting there, they will not move. So we teach them, no, if this old man comes, or somebody who's older than that child, if he comes and no place, you need to move and let him sit in your place, and so on. So we tell him this basic adab that he needs to behave when he is going to visit others in their house. Mainly not to play in the house, to stick to one place, and to be directed by the host. And that's it.
Okay. Can we have one more question?
Yeah.
Inshallah. Okay, we'll have one last question, and then we'll end with the dua from Habib, and then there will be some photo taking session, inshallah, after this. Okay, the final question is, when we grew up, our parents took care of us, and father would go to work, the mother would raise the children. So now
Can you repeat it again? Sorry.
Okay.
When you grow up.
Growing up,
Uh-huh.
our fathers would go to work and our mothers would raise us. And now our parents, both father and mother is working. And there's not a lot of time to tarbiyah the children. What is your guidance on this?
Okay, as you have seen, these classes are not going to take full time every day, 7 days a week, 24 hours. They will be, as I said earlier, 2 hours per week, weekends, Saturday, Sunday. Mother and father can be free to do that. In addition, following up is not something that you follow the whole day and night. It's just at a certain timing where you are at home. For example, when they go to bed, parents will be there. When they wake up in the morning, parents will be there. When they eat, normally one of the parents will be at home. So this guidance or supervision and follow-up, one of the parents can do that. Two will be preferable, it should not take much of their time. Results, they should observe on a continuous basis. Whenever they are at home, they will observe the results of the kids' behavior, if it is improving or not improving, and so on. Teaching can be done by the parents, can be done by a dedicated teacher to give them the classes, and they will benefit from that. I know, it's not something that as in the past. In the past used to be the father will only work and the mother would take care of the kids. And the father will come from work early, not as now. He will go before sunrise, will come back after sunset. So he goes out, they are sleeping, comes back, they are sleeping, doesn't see the kids, except the weekends. So we need to plan for our time. Again, I did one session for planning. We need to plan for our time. If we plan for our time more carefully, we will find time to guide our kids to the right destination. We will find time to give our kids the right information, the right adab. We will find time to teach them also. But we need to plan our time. Unfortunately now our time is just, first come, first serve. First come, first serve, which is not really good. We need to prioritize what we are doing. Things which are not giving us the right benefit, the big benefits, we should drop them from our daily routine, daily schedule. So we have to focus on things which are going to give us great value. And one of them, 1 hour with your kids every day, is going to be a 1 hour effort, but it will give you a great value this life and hereafter. So we need to be careful. What is it that we are spending our time on? Working, yes, that's a must. Then eating, then sleeping, then enjoying with our friends, then watching TV, then reading maybe, all that. But put it in your schedule. Looking at my parents, 1 hour per day to look after their adab, after their follow-up of these classes and what they are doing, how they are implementing, and how they are doing that. It's worth. It will give you a big return. And I tell my last time I told them that you have to look into all the things that you're doing every day. In one axis, you see the effort. On the other one is the return. And then plot these things on that 4 quarters. 4 quarters, And low effort, low return. Low effort, high return. High effort, low return. High effort, high return. And then look at the low effort, high return. Take this as a priority. Work on it. You see, 1 hour with your kids is a low effort, high return. You will pick it as number 1. Put it in your schedule, on your daily schedule. You all have your daily schedule, right? From the time you wake up until the time you sleep. You have it in your iPad, yeah? First hour, I'm doing this. Second hour, I'm doing this. Third hour, until 14 or 15 hours every day. For Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You have it? Yeah? In your iPad? Or written in a piece of paper, A3 size? Hang it on the corridor so your kids can see it. All will see that one and will help you, will support you to fulfill it and do it, inshallah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Habib. And I remind everyone to please fill in the feedback form because it will be related to the Habib. And I was informed also that the slides will be distributed, will be shared with participants, inshallah.
I would suggest for the slides, those who are interested in the slides, they can sign with their emails with the Muwasala. Sign with you?
Sign, yes.
Zulkifli? Yeah. Okay, sign with Zulkifli and he will send the slides to you so you can benefit. Hopefully, inshallah, the book will be available in few months' time, inshallah. Then we can send it to you in English. Those who would like to see it in Malay, maybe it will come in another maybe a few months after translation. And inshallah, pray for me, inshallah, to be successful in these steps and take it in the right way. And inshallah, people will benefit. And I have done nothing really. This is all coming from the Prophet ﷺ. The dua is from the Prophet ﷺ. The adab is what he is teaching the companions, and that's also. I'm just collecting or gathering this, putting it in this format, and conveying it to you. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, we thank the Habib for being the person that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ relays this information to us. Thank you, Habib, for your sharing with us. Okay. If it's okay with the Habib to end with the dua, but before that, just to announce that we'll be distributing the slides through the emails that you used to register for this event, inshallah. Okay, so we'll have the dua and then we'll have photo taking if you have time, and then if we have more time, we'll do Isha together, inshallah.
I would like to thank the organizers and Muwasala, and thank you, Noon Production, for this. And we thank you all for attending and being patient, to stay for 2 hours solid listening. And this must be an effort, So thank you very much. And for the feedback, so far you've given me good feedback. I would like to receive more feedback so I can correct myself, correct all the information here if there's anything wrong. And wish to see you inshallah next time in a longer workshop, suggesting to have like a day or a couple of days workshop with the kids so we can see how the kids are practicing it. And we want to see at least one batch of kids who are graduating from this, and we see how they are behaving. We want to see the light of the Prophet coming out of them in their behavior, on their look, on their attitude, on how they are dealing with people and so on. So that will be an encouragement to the parents really to enroll their children in this sort of workshop. Thank you very much. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى. I will make dua in Arabic, please. Okay? If you don't mind. الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وآله في الأولين، وصل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وآله في الآخرين، وصل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم يا الله يا الله يا الله يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين، اجعل جمعنا جمعا مرحوما، تفرقنا من بعد تفرقا معصوما. اللهم لا تجعل منا ولا فينا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم اغفر ذنوبنا واستر عيوبنا، يسر أمورنا واشرح صدورنا، واختم بالصالحات أعمالنا. اللهم أعنا على أنفسنا، أعنا على دنيانا، أعنا على الشيطان، أعنا على النفس، أعنا على الهوى، برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا دعوناك كما أمرتنا فاستجب لنا كما وعدتنا، إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى، واجعلنا من عبادك الصالحين الذين رضيت عنهم يا أكرم الأكرمين. اللهم اربطنا بنبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم في أقوالنا وفي أفعالنا وفي نياتنا وفي حركاتنا وفي سكناتنا وفي جميع أحوالنا. اللهم اجمعنا بحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم في هذه الدنيا، واجمعنا به عند الموت، واجمعنا به في البرزخ، واجمعنا به يوم القيامة. اللهم أدخلنا معه الجنة بلا حساب ولا محنة ولا عتاب، وارزقنا مرافقة النبي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم في الجنان العلية، وارزقنا النظر إلى وجهك الكريم. اللهم نور قلوبنا ونور قبورنا، ونورنا يا رب يوم حشرنا ونشورنا. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. ربنا اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا، وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم اجعلنا من عبادك الصالحين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك والجنة، ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. اجعل خير أعمالنا خواتيمها، وخير أيامنا يوم لقاك، والطف بنا فيما جرت به المقادير. واحفظنا يا الله من شر العينين وشر الحاسدين وشر مصائب الدنيا والدين، واجعلنا في الحصن الحصين من جميع البلايا، وفي الحرز المكين من الذنوب والخطايا، يا أكرم الأكرمين ويا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى سيدنا محمد. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم، تب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون، وسلام على المرسلين، الحمد لله رب العالمين. تقبل الله منا ومنكم.